Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. This is me, Rima.
This is Sushant.
Hi guys, I'm Emily.
And guys, right before this video, and we'll even link it, we'll link we just reacted. So I'm just going to say it out as quickly as I can. We just reacted to the pre-teaser for Animal that is hopefully getting everybody go and bonkers.
I know I feel very gar for sure.
Yes.
I'm garring in my sleep. Gar.
What animal is that?
That was some big cat.
A large cat. Okay.
That was the best I could come up with, guys. But
I loved it.
We are kind of stunned, I think, after what we saw of the pre-teaser, all of us, and definitely curious to learn more because I think maybe apart from Sushant, did you check out? So the director for Animal, which was, I mean, guys, check out our reaction. It was mind-blowing with Ranbir Kapoor, totally in shock, very intrigued to know what's going on. But did you watch any other film by the director of this movie, Sandeep Reddy Vanga, who is the man in question?
I actually have not seen any of his movies yet. I have heard a lot about him, though, and his style, but I specifically have not seen any of his movies, so this is really exciting.
Yeah, so I think I thought it was very important because I know in the comments, whenever I was trying to get a little bit of context and research for us, as we, kind of get excited about this film that's upcoming, it's an upcoming release by T-Series. This is a video I found from Tried&Refused production, and I thought it would be important, particularly because here it's not just Ranbir the actor. This very seldom happens, Emily, where a director is as celebrated as the actor and people are as excited about his body of work, which we see in Hollywood quite a bit. It's like, what's James Gunn's next movie? But in India, I think Rajamouli is one name who's synonymous with work. Bhansali, who we saw some of his work, but now Sandeep Reddy Vanga as well. And he's, like I said, done this film that I've seen. We might be watching, guys. We might watch the trailer of Arjun Reddy. So we want to get into his mindset. What made him decide to do this film? And can we know a little bit more about it? All right, so let's watch this link from Tried&Refused Productions, original link down below. And thank you for giving us permission to hopefully react to it. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, can you play? So this is an interview, just to give a bit of context because they jump right into it. This is an interview with the director himself before this teaser came out with film companion, the creator of Film Companion, Anupama Chopra. All right.
Calling this film as a violent film.
I
want to tell them, I'll show them what violent film will be.
Oh, those are fighting words.
Challenge.
Challenge accepted.
Wow.
If there is one Hindi film in 2023 that has generated insane buzz due to its slight glimpses during shooting being circulated online, it has to be Animal. There is something very exciting about a creator who has no fear, who hates the idea of conforming in any way, and while many will disagree with some of his opinions, especially the rather problematic statements post the release of Kabir Singh, there is something liberating about a creator who makes his art come to life without fearing the backlash that may transpire. Sandeep Reddy Vanga caused a storm with Arjun Reddy and Kabir Singh. While the film cast in huge numbers at the box office, it ruffled everyone's feathers for its social and gender politics. One thing remained regarding Vanga and his creation among film fans, that everyone loved the way he integrated his background score and music in his screenplay. When it was announced that Vanga is going to collaborate with Ranbir Kapoor in a gangster film called Animal, everyone became curious about what he is going to conjure up, especially after the statement that if they think Kabir Singh was violent, I'll show them what a violent film is.
Oh my gosh.
I remember Sandeep finished narrating and I went to my bathroom and looked at myself in the mirror and I got scared. I was like,
he got scared.
I never felt scared of a story of a character.
The look started to leak. There was a clear transformation that will take place. Where Ranbir looks lean and clean shaven. There has to be some life-altering events that take place in his life for him to have this menacing, scruffy look and mane. This is where I assume the real Animal will unleash. While I'm not totally a fan of just the sheer number of marketing snippets that are put out there in the public,
I love those
poster,
helmets.
announcement video, teaser and trailer, now we have the pre-teaser which will indicate an idea of the vibe of this film. This is not new to Sandeep Reddy Vanga, as he has done the same with Arjun Reddy as Vijay broke the fourth wall and addressed the audience. Even upon rewatching that
fun.
old clip, I am not really sure about the impact of these marketing snippets, especially as it's not part of the film. The only thing that it successfully did was give an insight into the personality of Arjun Reddy. I became really curious because of that about the animal pre-teaser, and after watching it, I was left with mostly mixed feelings. As masked men stand in the way of animal, the protagonist takes his weapon of choice. The Punjabi militia that is reflective of an empire created by a gangster calls out the events that will transpire as they know the carnage that their boss will cause.
That is interesting. So wow, thank God we're watching this guy because he's giving us more context. So this is a weapon, right? For Sikhs. So particularly, interesting.
I have to say, the frame of Ranbir just rolling his sleeves with the axe tucked under his arm is absolutely badass. I can't say the same about the impact of the masked men that surround him, because the assumption of most film fans is that the movie will be grounded and gritty with its portrayal. So this stylized approach, while being only a reflection of what's to come, seems far away of what the film will portray. What's also interesting in Vanga's approach is to highlight the designer shoes that Ranbir is wearing. I think it's also going to reflect on a Punjabi gangster family, a privileged gangster family that loves to cause mayhem but still has the fashion sensibilities of Diljit Dosanjh.
So that's interesting. So yeah, because I noticed that too, Emily, the red sneakers, because they, even though it was a microsecond, so they're saying that these guys who are masked are probably just representations, maybe symbolic of what could be problems, but they might not literally show up on screen. And that he's part of some gangster family. Wow. That's an interesting dynamic. I mean, that could be the family that could drive you to become an animal. I could definitely say those could be breeding grounds for any person to transform. But wow.
If this is the family, he's in the bottom right. That's him clean shaven, right? Again?
Oh my God, you're right. This is actually a still from the movie. So, okay, now I'm getting it, because I thought he's just using any and which still where they have some of the actors, but these are actually photos that got leaked, either leaked or intentionally leaked on the media by the makers, or by some random person who's on the production shoots. Yeah, so there he is on the right. And then you have, I think this is a veteran actor, I forget his name, Vivek Oberoy's dad, I guess. What's his name? Sunil Oberoi? Suresh Oberoi. No. Suresh Oberoi. I think Suresh Oberoi. So that's the dad, the grandfather, I'm guessing. Anil Kapoor, Emily, is the guy in black on the left. And I don't know, on the top left. And I guess somebody playing his wife who I can't recognize, and somebody else. But
I mean, based on the way they're dressed, it does seem like, I mean, he's wearing black, Ranbir's wearing black. Maybe that's a father-son thing. That could be reasonable to assume. Because also in this video, they're talking about the context of a wealthy family. So this could look like a family for sure. Like a mom and dad, and then the grandfather down there, and then the kids. Also, for those who don't know, Anil Kapoor is like, he's crossed over into Hollywood a lot. Like, he was in Slumdog Millionaire, of course. He was in the 4th Mission Impossible.
He was on 24, the show, the remake of the actual,
the Indian remake, yes.
So no, he's an extremely talented actor, and one of the things that people, I think, Emily, this is something that you probably haven't had the taste of because we haven't watched these actors or their filmography. But a lot of times people assume, commercial actors, which means they are going to be exaggerated. But these actors in particular, Anil Kapoor, Ranbir Kapoor, they come from film families, but they're actually very highly regarded as thespians in their own right. You know what I mean? Like, they have demonstrated film after film, even offbeat movies, where they have just, with their acting prowess, Anil Kapoor for sure. I've seen his body of work. I mean, even just growing up in America as a kid, and Ranbir Kapoor, of course, he's also kind of reached that status. All right, let's continue and see what more is revealed. But wow, yeah, we're getting a lot more insight now.
Dosanjh. So, Vanga is very passionate about his film getting cut by the censor board, and I hope that this film does not suffer any major chopping, because we all want to see it in its most raw and unapologetic form.
The rating we are giving is A. Done. You are not supposed to put a scissor on my bloody face. I hate that shit.
The absolute bloodshed that follows was so satisfying to see, as you can clearly tell that Ranbir is performing each move. The axe is going to be so iconic, as one can see the blood splatter all over the corridor, and also just a general take for most people critical of the first look. Every corridor action scene does not mean it has been borrowed by Oldboy. It's absolutely insane that we now equate locations to have an IP, and anyone who choreographs something in the same has obviously been copied and pasted. The rage-filled gaze as one gets picked up with an axe is only a small glimpse of the carnage that will follow in the teaser, I'm sure. It really makes me curious about the madness that Vanga is cooking up with this film. While I'm still skeptical of what the impact of a pre-teaser is regarding the film, as a film fan, I am especially curious about the action thriller gangster genre and how Vanga creates a bloody ride in this presumably father-son narrative. The wait is actually killing me to see actual sequences from the film versus just a studio set marketing snippet. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you thought about the Animal pre-teaser. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handles are right in front of you. Follow me at Jammy Pants.
All right, okay. Thank you, Jamie Pan. I hope you will allow us to keep this because your knowledge was very informative. So 2 thumbs up, guys. Do check out, I mean, not that he needs our endorsement, but do check him out and do subscribe to his channel. Okay, guys, your thoughts now that we have a little more context. Emily, maybe we'll start with you. What do you think?
I mean, it totally helps us. It gives us a little bit more to grasp onto as far as the trailer. But I mean, I think it looks very interesting. And it's interesting to hear that this director is kind of known for more like racy thoughts. Like even the one moment where he was like, I hate that shit. I was like, you could see the passion. I'm kind of curious to see some more.
And he's like, don't you touch my scene. I don't know if he dropped an F-bomb, but he was like...
I mean... If anything, that just makes me like more interested about like the creation of it as well. And like curious to see like what is this guy said.
Right.
For sure. Sushant, sorry, go ahead.
No. I mean, I'm just gonna say that to your point, like the Indian censor board there's oftentimes notorious for cutting a lot of stuff out of movies, like especially like Hollywood movies that go to India, even though like, you know, you have to be 18 or above to go in. It's still like, I remember The Wolf of Wall Street was like almost 10 minutes shorter, for example, as a movie. Yeah. And like if there's violence and like, you know, the F word and stuff like that, they tend to still remove that from movies. So like that I think is the big thing. Yeah, for sure. That I think is a big thing that he was probably like arguing against. Is like, don't.
Which is interesting because I feel like some of the films I've seen, I've like noticed a lot more violence than maybe I've seen in some. Like as far as like
maybe a Pushpa and all. I think Emily, maybe some of the ones the Southern Indian films.
A lot more blood, a lot more brute force. I mean, when the mom was killed in RRR, I think about that as well.
Spoiler alert! It's okay.
Editor, please put something there.
You're good.
But like that scene was very violent to me, and like just thinking about it. So I don't know, but I mean, I bet you're absolutely right. I haven't seen that much, but just from my experience.
To be honest, I don't think you spoiled it because actually we got a surprise in the end about that little tidbit that you shared. So guys, if you haven't seen. If you haven't seen RRR, go check it out in the thing. Me and Emily actually watched it and finished it off. It was a ride, but I agree with you, Emily.
Fun.
Yeah, we saw it together. It took forever, and unfortunately, Randy wasn't in the second part of it, but she's in the first part. So do check it out on Patreon. But no, I agree with you. There was a lot of. I mean, I was like, I don't want to use the word cringe because it has a very specific. But I was like having knee-jerk reactions every time anybody was getting hit on or whatever it is. You know, Sushant has seen the movie already on his own, so it wasn't an easy watch in parts. I think it was like meant to test you, meant to get you emotional. And I think, at least with me, he achieved that wonderfully. But I see what you're saying. So, no, but I think in India, Emily, from the little I know, and obviously what Sushant has already told us, they do have very strong censorship, and everything needs to go through a censor board. And of course, you get like the rating and everything, but there is sometimes a lot of controversy around what is chopped and what isn't chopped and what is allowed and what isn't allowed. And whoever is in the current administration, they get to decide. So there's a lot of debate about things that sometimes directors are, you know, obviously it's like their baby. For like Sandeep, Reddy, Vanga, he's like, I don't want a single thing. I'll go for the A rating, but leave my movie
so there's
alone.
Like not a such thing as like a unrated. Because like sometimes people in America will unrelease like unrelated films or what unrated. What do I say?
Unrated,
unrated films where it's just like or uncut, unrated, and they put it out, and it's like, oh wow, you probably should have cut that,
right?
So I guess that's not a thing out there.
No, but I wonder if it's different if it was an OTT. I mean, this is not going to be a Netflix or Amazon Prime release. It might come eventually to those platforms, but I think they are gearing up for like a big theater, screen experience. So yeah, I think if it goes through the big screens, then definitely I'm sure the censor board has a big say on what is going to be available for,
even with the politics and stuff, it's interesting because like I think there's a couple of examples of like, one, the censor board didn't allow the release of a movie once. I think this was close to 10 years ago. It might have been a film called Deshdrohi, if I'm not mistaken. But little things like when, like if there's like enough public pushback, like they change things. Like Padmavat, the thing that you've seen like music videos from, used to be called Padmavati, I believe. But then that referred to like someone from ancient history, so they had to then change the title of the movie due to the backlash that they got. So there's like a lot of like social pressure that sometimes the censor board will also kind of give into.
Yeah, censor board and the directors themselves. I mean, there are some people, I mean, just people with, so when you have so much diversity in a country with so many faiths living together and communities, and they kind of hold on to their own, stories and history. So it's understandable. But I do hope that Sandeep Reddy, given how passionate he is, gets to make his movie and release it the way he intended. I don't know if that's going to be something we can tolerate. Let's see if that's like, if there's a spice level and then there's a violence level. They should probably put a meter. I think I'd probably fall under low and medium. We'll see. But I hope I can watch it because I did enjoy that pre-teaser. So I hope we can, whenever it comes out, guys, let us know. And I think I'll check after our thing wraps up when it's coming out. But
I think it's August 11th.
August 11th? Ooh.
Oh, yes. One of those. Yes. I think I saw it in...
Oh, thank you, Emily. Awesome. Good eye. Yeah, so that means we got a lot more cool teasers, trailers, hopefully songs coming out, and we will be on it, guys. If you want us to keep up on it, 3 a.m. shoots. I hope I don't have to do alone too much, but if you need it to happen, I'll do it and then we'll watch it later. But yeah, so guys, so this was our, I guess, just us educating ourselves about Sandeep Reddy Vanga, and we appreciate obviously the thoughts from Tried and Refused Productions. Let us know in the comments below, are you excited and hyped for this movie to come out? What are your thoughts? Are there tidbits you can share with us? And maybe the three of us can read the comments at some point, or whoever gets to check it. Let us know. And again, if you're seeing our faces for the first time, do subscribe to our beautiful channel. And if you want us to do your exclusive request, do consider Patreon. Link is below. Become a member. Lots of benefits. And we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.